Hello and welcome to the Beyond Average Journeys of Growth and Increasing Value interview series. I'm your host, Kristen Carlson, and today I'm joined by Shevroy Green, Managing Partner of Zoe Home Buyers LLC. Chevroy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Well, would you kick us off with just a brief background as to who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Brief background. Obviously, my name is Chevroy, but you call me Chevy for short. Real simple, real easy. It's been a name that I've been going by now for the past several years. I think it started back in in college. I was actually working at a clothing and shoe store called Ann Taylor out in Bridgewater, New Jersey. And for some reason, some people found it difficult to actually say Chevroy. They'll say Chevron. Uh, so so someone said, what if we said Chevy for short? And I say, you know what, if that makes it easy for you guys, then sure, why not, right? So a lot of times I tell people, hey, my name is Chevroy, but you call me Chevy for short. Chevy like the car, just with an S. Um, Background. I'm from Jamaica. I've been in America since I was 11 years old. So 20 plus years now I've been in America. Uh, I grew up in New Jersey. Um, Graduated from St. Peter's University in Jersey City. Uh, and I've been an entrepreneur for the past 10 plus years. The
Awesome.
first business that I started was actually a car auction business. So I used to go to auctions, buy cars, and actually sell them back to the neighborhood. That didn't pan out so well because a lot of the cars was lemons, so I had to get out of that business. It wasn't good for business at all. Then my second business I ventured into was actually direct sales marketing inside of Sam's, Walmart, Best Buy, Costco's. I was managing. I would go to a lot of different cities, and I would build a city, manage it, and actually move to another city itself. So I would leave somebody there to manage a city while I go somewhere else. And lost perspective and desire for that business. Right around 2018, I started now discovering real estate and really uh discovered it through YouTube. I didn't know that YouTube had such a immense amount of just information that you could learn. And that was when my YouTube education started, was in 2018. I started binge watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of guys on YouTube when it comes to real estate investing and how to get into real estate. You remember those carton sheets commercial about you could get into real estate with no money, no cash. Well, fast forward, this is kind of like the upgraded version of it. And I'm watching guys on YouTube and they're like, well, yeah, you could get into real estate with no credit, no cash, no realtor license. And I'm like, this can't be true. This is crazy. No way this is true. And it just so happened that my wife actually pushed me to get into that space because of just the previous business that we was in. We actually shut it down and moved from New Jersey, moved from Shreveport, Louisiana, which was what I was doing at the time. Moved from Shreveport, Louisiana, transitioned over to Pensacola. But in the midst of it all, I was actually just learning about real estate, learning how to do real estate, and actually got into it. And it actually was true. I was able to do real estate with no cash, no credit, no realtor license.
Awesome. So, do you have a mentor that you followed on YouTube or anyone that you'd recommend?
Yes, yes. I had a mentor. My mentor at the time that I was following was a guy named Todd Flipman Taylor. He's out of Alabama. He do YouTube he do Ask the Flipman every Thursday. Big influence on Facebook, um, TikTok, Instagram, all of those different platforms. So he's been a guy that, I attribute a lot of my success to because, when my first deal, I actually called him and he gave me information that was very vital. So that was pretty good. And my wife, she had a lot of people that was from her hometown of Memphis that was actually in the real estate space as well. One young lady named was Kamisha Tell. I was able to reach out to her and, kind of just pick her brain, as well as another guy named Michael Hayes. I was able to reach out to him as well and I'll pick his brain also. Just ask him, hey, what do I need to do to get started in real estate? He was like, just go to your local RIA. And I'm like, RIA, what is RIA? Right? It was like we're just really just a local real estate group pretty much like that have a mixture of like realtors, landlords, all of those different things that you could go and network and just ask for information to just present yourself as someone that's venturing into the real estate space. And at the time for what I was doing, a lot of times those guys are like, you're trying to do what in real estate full time, and it's called real estate wholesaling. So, those like, you're gonna do wholesaling full time? Like, I've never heard of that. That was like 2019, and now everybody is doing it. So yeah,
So
so
have
yeah.
you become a mentor too? Are you mentoring
Um,
others?
yes, I am mentoring, doing some coaching as well. Actually showing guys how to start the ground level, build their foundation, and able to either transition into being a buy and hold specialist or buy and flip specialist for sure.
Excellent, excellent. And what advice are you giving them as they start?
And the best advice I could give to anyone is hands-on experience. Make sure that you learn your business first before you decide to scale. Because a lot of times guys have money and they hire VAs and they're spending money on ads and they're spending money on lists and they don't even know what to do. They don't even know how to have a conversation with a seller. So the biggest thing I could advise people on is just hands-on. Make sure that you get your hands dirty and learn the business in and out. Learn your business in and out before you decide to actually hand it over to somebody and give them responsibility for what you don't know. So if you know and you're familiar with your business, you could coach and you could train that individual to do what you do for sure.
Excellent. And how has the market impacted your business?
I may have impacted in a great way. I'm not a realtor. I don't have a license to do real estate, so it doesn't hinder me from doing business at all. I'm an investor, so I could do business creatively. I could do business where I'm now assigning my interest and rights over to a based on just me putting a property on the contract. I'm not selling the house. I'm actually selling my rights and my interest to that contract to someone that we call an end buyer, so another investor. So, a lot of times these investors, they don't want to go out and do the work themselves. They just want, just like how an investor would call a realtor or go on to Emma or go on Zillow and look at properties or, whatever the case may be. My specialty is going direct to sellers and building rapport and building a relationship. And now being able to properly educate them on what the property would be in its as is condition, and then bring in a buyer to the closing table for them to actually close out the transaction where they don't have to pay no fees or anything. And they're very happy with that.
Awesome. So you're bringing that relationship together, a buyer and
Absolutely.
making that
I'm the
happen.
middleman. I bridge the gap. Absolutely.
Excellent. Awesome. So, how big is your team? Is your business
Um,
growing?
a business is growing. I just started scaling. Just discovered a great software that I'm using and, able to. At one point, the team got as big as 20 plus people. And we was cranking out a lot of different transactions. But a lot of times when it comes to a big team like that, the information is watered down, and a lot of times there's lack of transparency. So you have to keep it small before you grow, right? So I grew too fast and had to scale back down again. So right now we have a team of 5 people.
Excellent. And how is the culture in your company?
The culture, we are built on trust and transparency. So the biggest thing is making sure that we're educating sellers on what we do, make sure they understand the process of how we go about doing business. And a lot of time we specialize in different situations. So maybe somebody is going through relocation, so they have to sell their home fast and they don't want to list it because it will take some time. Or maybe they inherited a property and there's a mortgage attached to it. They can't afford that. They can't afford the mortgage, so they need to sell. So there's a lot of different and special situations that someone go through that we're able to come in and actually help them out of that situation with good integrity.
Excellent. And what are some of the common challenges that you're having running this business today?
Common challenges, there's not enough for me to go around.
Yes.
So, so, if I could hire 10 of me, that would be great, right? But everybody come with different personalities and different needs that their needs for their success. So just being able to cater to everybody and being able to cater to all these different personalities in the business.
And how do you attract the right talent for your company?
Um, I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, self-starter, go-getter, someone that don't need nobody to hold their hands, you're right for the business because it's not a 9 to 5, it's not a guaranteed. It's more of a hey, you got to go out there and you got to make something happen. So not a lot of people are attracted to that business. Everybody wants the security, but understand, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 plus years. Security is not my thing. My thing is go get it.
Right.
So it's a transparent conversation, and if you really are intrigued and interested in owning a skill set, because one of the things that I read at a young age was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Robert Kiyosaki talks about getting into a sales position, getting into a multi-level marketing company, just to learn the sales skill, just to learn how to develop your personality, just to learn to build charisma and hold and carry yourself in the right manner to where you're going to be able to set up for success. So, I don't run a multi-level marketing company, no, but I do run a sales business. So a lot of times it requires for you to sell yourself to people. So people are going to buy from people that they like and trust. And a lot of time, if you are not genuine at how you present yourself, people can sense that. So I teach and develop people the right mindset and the right attitude to approach people where they are genuine in how they're holding those conversations.
Is that part of your legacy to be able to help them be
Yes,
better at what they do?
absolutely. I think the biggest thing is developing the right attitude for success is one, right? And then having the right financial um, literacy and mindset to grow, where you're building generational wealth. Because coming from where I'm from, I wasn't taught to run a business or to be in a position to where you have mentors and all 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 forms of resources for you to be successful. I was just taught to go get a job, keep your grades up and go get a job, and hopefully somebody hire you. I wasn't taught to go and buy the building. I have to learn that on my own.
Right. It's nice that you're giving that, right? And building that next level up. How can we help
Absolutely,
others? Right.
absolutely. It's all a lot of times when a guy or girl um wants to get into a real estate space, I'm always open to helping. And my wife always tell me I'm too accessible because I'm open to helping any and everybody. She's like, no, you gotta dial it back. You gotta you gotta be you have to be very mindful of your time and who you're giving your energy to. So that's one of the things that I've been more focused on is making sure that I'm coaching and mentoring the right people that really want it for sure.
Excellent. Excellent. We call it the pebble in the pond, right? Because, you're making that difference and it makes a difference in our communities and in our country and in the country you came from. So is work-life balance a challenge for you or have you figured that out after 10 plus
Um,
years?
Work-life balance used to be a challenge for me. Because I used to work on my properties myself and I was putting down floors and painting and sheetrock and you know, it became so crazy that I was never really at home. So I had to dial it back and now due to hiring, I'm hiring somebody to do all that stuff and I'm just focusing on just um buying more properties.
Excellent.
So it's now giving me time to spend more time at home and to be with my family and my beautiful girls and everything. So yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you were to define why your business is beyond average, how would you define that?
My business is beyond average because it's able to withstand all the different challenges, whether that's inflation, whether that's interest rates going up, whether that's every in my industry of real estate. It's a great platform to build wealth. It's a great platform to learn. It's a great platform to gather resources and bring an immense amount of different people with different skill set together for the business to grow exponentially. The sky's the limit to the growth process itself, right? So, real estate is something that's always going to be here. It's not going to go nowhere.
Right.
You know, from the days of when the market was crashing, real estate was still thriving, right? It just all depends on what you're doing and what end of the spectrum you're on. That's all it is. So the business is beyond average because there's so much potential and unlimited resources at your fingertip to grow and to expand.
Well, congratulations. It sounds like you built a resilient business, right? So it doesn't go up and down with the market and with the exterior things that are happening. That you're building it and you're giving to others and helping others grow their wealth too. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. I discovered that your business work when you work. So that's the business that I'm in. A lot of times, guys will sit around and they wait for things to happen. I'm a go-getter. I'm naturally someone that's going to say, "Hey, what do I need to do to be successful?" And following the path of all these different people that put down the breadcrumbs for me. I'm just following those paths, and it's just working. Um, just working. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Plus, I read a lot of the Bible as well. So, understanding what it means to really reap what you sow in the harvesting and all those things. So yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you. And thank you for your time today, Chevy. It's
Okay.
great meeting you and learning more about your entrepreneurial journey. And to everyone watching, I look forward to seeing you on our next episode.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. This was a delight. It was a treat. I appreciate the invite and everything like that. And I'd love to just give more insight to your audience. If anybody want to ask more questions, that's about the real estate space for sure.
Perfect. Thank you.